Now let's see if we can use a TI-83 to estimate beta. What you have here, this is an example. You have 10 years observation for market returns, which is using S&P 500 index return. And you also have two columns of individual stocks return for two different companies. So I'll show you how to use the calculator to perform a simple linear regression using the market return as the independent variable and the company return as a dependent variable, and we're trying to find beta coefficient. Okay, so what you want to do is press the start button, and the first thing is you want to enter the data. So you see you are trying to enter the two lists. The independent variable you want to put is the market return as L1, list 1, so I'll just go with 30, and I would go with enter, and then the second one is 7, enter. Okay, well, you do have to enter them one by one. So with your calculator, you can't really perform very complicated regression with a lot of observations. But for your exam, if you're provided with, for example, 5 or 10 years of return, you can still use your calculator and get the regression result. So let's just be a little bit patient, and oops, 14, 10, oh, 26, 10, oh, negative 10, negative 3, and the last one is 38. Now I'm gonna enter the Y variable, which is the stock return from this individual company, one by one, year by year. Negative 14, negative 15, almost there, last one. So you have 10 years of data for both the independent variable and the dependent variable entered. So let's go stats. Now we are going to the calculations, and we want to go number 4, linear, and for your calculator, what you are looking for is actually the coefficient for the independent variable. So it is actually the little a, or alpha. So it's a little bit confusing, but remember this: for your 83 calculator, the alpha result is the beta coefficient you are looking for from this regression. So beta for this company, according to your regression result, is 0.6. 0.6. And if you go back to the data and you change all the second list, or the inputs of the second list, and you use all the 10 years of data for the second company, input here as L2 one by one, and perform the same procedure, you should get the little alpha for this company as 1.3. Again, that is the beta coefficient you are looking for. So two things to remember: when you see the data, always use the market return as the first list, L1. Then the individual stocks return as L2, the second list, and go stats, calc, find the result of your linear regression, and in your calculator look for the little alpha, which is the result for your beta. You can also go to the stats calculation and find the descriptive statistics for the two variables we just used. So second, under the stats, go to, again, the calculation. You can go to the second one, which is to get the stats for the two variables. Enter. So you see x bar equals to 8. This is to tell you that the average return for the x variable, which is the market return, is 8% across all the 10 observations. You see n equals to 10, that means 10 numbers or 10 observations. The next thing you want to look at is the SX, which is the 20.11%. This is actually the standard deviation of the x variable. Now if we go down, y bar, that is the average return for this company from the 10 years data. And SY, 25.19%, that is the standard deviation for this company across, again, 10 years data. And you can also see many other descriptive stats, such as the minimum, maximum number, the but for us, the main things that we are interested in is the average, or say the expected value, the standard deviation of each variable, and also the beta coefficient for the individual stock return.